spread between 4th and 6th Streets in downtown Minneapolis. We welcome you inside spacious U.S. Bank Stadium.
Today we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll be the Dragons of Tokyo taking on the Minnesota Vikings.
The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports.
Already here, they'll audible to something else. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco.
And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings.
They enter play here 24th in the league against the run.
And this group talks all the time about wanting to be better, getting stronger against the run. And to me, it all starts up front. You've got to win the line of scrimmage in order to play against the run very well.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
When Mahomes sees something, he'll change the play.
They'll look to throw now on first down.
That's complete. It's Travis Kelce.
That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called a big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter, because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted.
Picked up by a Caleb Evans.
So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them, and an absolute shock for the quarterback, because he went into it, he saw the numbers we saw, he watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be, but early in this one, advantage defense.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Sliding out of the pocket.
Got an open man, finding Jefferson.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards.
1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. They'll look to run with Nwangu.
And he is going to lose yardage here. In motion left, the tight end. Now they bring the tight end in motion right.
And they'll run again.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Kene Nwangu, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Lewis.
And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have him set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here.
Now a give running right, Nwangu.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal.
And there's a completion to the tight end, and look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
On the give is Nwangu.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Kene Nwangu
with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season.
And the Vikings are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Joseph connects on the extra point.
And it's now 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw there into the hands of Ross.
First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a 1st down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
They run it with Pacheco from the gun.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field.
Now inside the 25.
Touchdown!
Isaiah Pacheco.
His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Dragons have cut it back within a score.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone. I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass. Let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. They go play action. Cousins. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. Cousins in step with Jefferson that time. First down, Vikings. The Vikings at 1-3 here in the early part of the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Under a minute to go. Clock running in a back-and-forth first quarter of play. Play fake. Cousins. Pass caught here by Osborne. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Throwing is Cousins.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll send a receiver in motion left.
In motion right is Tony.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. He's going to let this one go deep. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings.
Against the pass, they're hoping to trend in the opposite direction because right now they're ranked number 26 in the NFL.
They're the bottom 10 in the league. I mean, when you look at their talent, you would think that they'd be much better. Overall, I don't think there's any question you'd have to say that they've underachieved.
Quick throw caught out wide by Valdez-Scantling. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. They have come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try for the first with Pacheco. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Now Patrick going to change the play.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. He's across midfield. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
On 1st down, Mahomes. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. 91 yards rushing for him now to this point.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
He'll get it inside the 20. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. And finally, wrestled down at the 11. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only 1st down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on 2nd down.
And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. Already a pair of 3rd down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this 3rd down try. Throwing now is Mahomes. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, their goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Play action now. Cousins. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
But the first two drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
A 2nd down throw for Cousins. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
Hockenson exploded after a surprising in-division trade from the Lions to the Vikings in 2022. Averaged 6 catches a game in his new digs and finished 2nd among NFL tight ends in yards and catches. Could lead the league with a full year in Minnesota.
Meanwhile, Cousins' throw pulled in by Jefferson. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now a give, running left is Nwangu. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
2 yards left on 2nd down from the 9. Now Cousins here on the bootleg. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2.
Hey, no, easy. Black.
Throwing, Cousins. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Looks again for T.J. Hockenson, and he's got him again. Touchdown, Vikings! T.J. Hockenson, his first touchdown on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Joseph connects on the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now as they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated. But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Seen. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Following the interception, Cousins. Under pressure, and down he goes. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. That's caught downfield by Addison. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Off the play fake, Cousins. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Joseph's got it, and the lead grows to 14 at 24-10. But they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
Final shot before the half from Mahomes. Flush to his right. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Of course, they have the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
Final adjustments being made in the locker rooms. We're just about ready for the second half from Minneapolis. And for the call, let's rejoin Brandon and Charles.
The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half.
And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here we go. Drive will start with Nwangu.
And he'll find some space up to about the 25. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
On 2nd down, here's Nwangu.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
On play action, Cousins. Short throw, caught by the tight end Oliver. A gain of 4 last play. They double down here and get 8.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Cousins.
He's going to find Jefferson open downfield.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It's a 1st down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the 1st half. To throw is Cousins. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops and escape this drive.
Able to slither by. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
50 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Going underneath, he's got Hockenson.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Straight ahead, here's Nwangu.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Back to Nwangu again on 1st down.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 3 on the gain there, 2nd and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Another run now for Nwangu.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. He really tried to thread that down the seam.
Yeah, he tried to rip that one, didn't he? But a throw with that velocity, necessary when you're trying to hit a quick hitter like that one. Timing execution has to be perfect. Unfortunately for him, that one fell to the ground.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the 1st half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Mahomes quickly complete out wide. And I think the ball's out, and the Vikings pick up the football. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. On 3rd down, Cousins. And that will be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And here's Ryan Wright now,
as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. Now here's Ross. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And that's caught inside the 35 to the 20. And finally down at the 9-yard line. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. To throw, it's Mahomes. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12.
Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground.
Mahomes now to throw.
He'll drop this off to Pacheco.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Mahomes going to change things up.
Now receiver in motion left.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. Oh, that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will close the gap down to 14.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And they sit in a good spot, having the ball back after the fumble recovery and up 2 scores in the 4th quarter.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down.
That'll be complete to the running back, Mulangu.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The end result, 21 yards.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. A gain of 3, second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Handoff here to Nwangu. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 70 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
The Vikings on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Here's Cousins. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or 2 shy of midfield. Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the 4th.
And in the old days, not too long gone either, throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no. But the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 52 yards. And the Dragons have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Extra point by Butker is on target. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble to bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. There he goes, left side. Inside the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, 73 yards. And the Vikings look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Joseph connects on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game planned for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Mahomes' throw here complete to Kelsey. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Oh, this defense knows. Fourth quarter, they need to make a play. That one was ripe for the taking. Could have changed the complexion of the ball game, but it winds up incomplete.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Now Mahomes got to have this one. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They go play fake. Mahomes. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Vikings are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have to like the position that they are in. Fourth quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Handoff right side to Wangu. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 104 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Cousins' throw taken in by Hawkinson here. And the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down if they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up. That'd be the time to do it.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. So first and 10 now from the 30. They go play action. Cousins. This one caught. It's the tight end Hawkinson. Touchdown Vikings. Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdown passes now in the afternoon. And the Vikings have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. Joseph connects on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but they certainly have not, and they trail big. After this, it figures to be a quiet trip home. On play action, it's Mahomes. Open on the left side, this is Valdez-Scantling. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 11 yards for number 11. Mahomes now on first down. He finds Ross right side. It's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The catch and run good for 24 yards. From Viking territory now, they'll come up first and 10 down at the 33. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Open man right side is Tony. He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. Throwing now is Mahomes. Right back to Tony. He's got another one. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Now Mahomes going to shift him around. They'll run here with Pacheco. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Once more, it's Pacheco. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get it behind the line. Here's Pacheco. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dragons have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Now they'll change things around before the snap. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Open man, he's got Jefferson across the formation. And he will have a Viking 1st down, and that should be the one that gets him to the finish line. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. Five points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down to the 27-yard line. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Throwing here, Cousins. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
Extra point by Butker is on target. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So still a chance with just over 20 seconds to go, but they need to get this one back, no doubt. And the Vikings hands team able to recover, and that should just about do it. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
Yeah, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. In this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for the Vikings, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Chicago Bears.